Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Smackdown Live. Money in the Bank, of course, is past us now and we're on our way towards bigger and better things for every brand. Smackdown Live, however, has a very long road to go before it can start getting its better things going that I just discussed. 6 weeks until the next Smackdown Live pay-per-view. Just what? About 3-4 weeks before the SummerSlam event comes around. So a long time for these guys. But they're still going to put on a great show for us here tonight, I believe. And with a main event like that, I have reason to believe that. The main event for tonight, the Viper Randy Orton going to go one-on-one against the man who successfully defended his WWE Championship at Money in the Bank. That is Kazuchika Okada. Going to be a good night of SmackDown Live action. And they're going to want to start it off with a bit of an interesting triple threat involving Ricochet, Cody Rhodes, and Sheamus. Of course, it's important to know, like I said, gonna just get into the thick of it right away and just say that with so many of these matches, you know, going with so many weeks until the SmackDown Live pay-per-view, which of course we don't know the name of, and we won't probably know the name of for some time, there's a good reason for why they can take as long as they want in that regard. You know, there's a very strong reason that they can decide, oh, we're just gonna take ages to announce what the pay-per-view is called, and in the same breath, you know, they can take ages to decide what, you know, maybe might suit them towards pay-per-view matches, when they want to have a number one contenders match, when they want to think about putting those tag team titles on the line, who might get into it, who might get personal with someone else and force the SmackDown Live committee's hand. The point that I'm trying to get across is simply that with so many weeks to go until SmackDown, until the pay-per-view, you know, this week and the next week's matches, at the very least, are probably just going to be matches where we just get to see people in action. I doubt there'll be too much going on tonight, because if you're someone, you know, who's wanting to get their hands on the WWE Championship as well, you've got 6 weeks to wait. You can try and get yourself first in line all you want, but I think after Money in the Bank and after Judgment Day, I think the SmackDown Live committee will be interested in actually having a number one contenders match for a change, I would imagine. So with that being said, we're going to start things off here tonight. The triple threat match is how we kick things off. 3 talented athletes. Cody Rhodes coming towards the ring, still looking for his first victory since joining SmackDown Live. Rhodes has become... It's been a bit of hard luck for Cody in that regard. I mean, he's come so close on a number of occasions, but he just never has had the ability to get that 1-2-3 or that win in a battle royal or anything like that. So I hope that here tonight Cody Rhodes can become victorious. When was the last time we saw Rhodes in action? Last week, I think. Being defeated by Chris Sabin in one-on-one action. Sabin, of course, who was in the Money in the Bank ladder matchup and will be here later on tonight, but he won't be in action. There'll be another member of the D.C.C. going at it. Got a good show lined up tonight, I will say that. Be seeing the new Intercontinental Champion in action as well. Spoilers. Nevertheless, the last of the 3 men out is going to be the Celtic Warrior himself. It is going to be Sheamus who heads towards the ring. The power of the power of the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, heading towards the ring in this one is without a doubt the most powerful one in this matchup. And it's kind of 3 different guys, but all looking for the same thing. You know, they're all looking for that victory, but you have the powerhouse that is Sheamus. You have the technical guy that is Cody, and you have the speed and the prowess of Ricochet. 3 very different kind of combatants squaring off against the other, but they're all looking for the same thing. So that is what makes it awfully interesting. And I wonder if in this matchup we'll see something along the lines of maybe any alliances formed temporarily. If any, I think they'd be against Sheamus, because not only, of course, is he the powerhouse, or the brute, or whatever you want to say, he is also, I would imagine, the one who's got the highest damage threshold. You know, when you are the heaviest and you are the most likely to be the one on offense, you're also going to have to be tasked with being the one most likely to take a lot of offense as well. You're probably a tough guy if you can hurt people, you know? That's a pretty simple way of looking at it. And Sheamus definitely is a tough guy, and I definitely imagine he'll be hurting people. So here we go anyway. This fatal four-way? Definitely not. This triple threat can begin. Getting underway in rather interesting fashion there with that beginning, but there's an early kick out by Sheamus there after that quick hurricanrana from Ricochet. Just having an eye on what's going on in this one, you know, just taking a look at how they'll go about. Well, right now Cody and Ricochet taking turns on Sheamus, but Cody has decided that he doesn't want to take part in that anymore. Talked about, of course, the new Intercontinental Champion in action later on tonight. A win here for either of these three men could certainly help them in some ways towards that Intercontinental Championship. Call it a hunch, but I don't think we'll be seeing the former Intercontinental Champion, Finn Balor, getting an opportunity at that Intercontinental Championship right away. Not because he's not deserving of a rematch clause, but I think because he has other business to attend to. I think would be the best way of saying it. Anyway. Just focusing on this match right here, just seeing how they're going about it. Sheamus, you know, using his power right away there. And Ricochet going to take flight here from the top. Big time drop kick down into the chest of Sheamus. It's going to be the Celtic Warrior who's the first one to go out of the ring, leaving Ricochet and Cody to square off. Meant for the drop kick to the leg there, counted, but that snap there and a nasty kick in the back. And Ricochet went to fly there, but Sheamus goaded him in. Sheamus poked that head up. Like, if Ricochet had flown just at Sheamus' head there, that would have been incredibly dangerous. Ricochet overshot, but he's coming right back in the ring, and again, he can't hit either target. Oh, what a moonsault from Ricochet. 3/4 of the way across the ring. Ricochet trying to use his speed there and his athleticism all at one time, but that may have backfired on him, all things considered. And a hefty backbreaker brings him down into the mat now. And not only to the mat, but to the outside in this one as well, leaving Cody and Sheamus to go at it one-on-one against each other. Cody now hung out to dry there on that top rope. Sheamus certainly knowing how to take advantage of a situation in this one, looking for the Irish curse, and Ricochet comes in and breaks it up. Misses the drop kick to the leg though. Sheamus looking for a suplex to Ricochet after his arrival back in the ring, but Ricochet with a great counter there. Take a look at the strength there of Ricochet. German suplex, but Sheamus kicks out almost instantaneously. Ricochet now through the legs of Sheamus. Nicely done. Hurricanrana. And the Celtic Warrior goes down. And the same is going to be said for Cody as he gets hit with that back suplex there. Ricochet firing up now in this one. And powered back down courtesy of Sheamus there. That hefty lariat. And Ricochet decides to go back outside the ring again to take a breather. Cody is being tormented in the ring right now. There's not much that Cody's had in terms of offense in this matchup. Cover after that belly to belly by Sheamus, but he got nothing more than a 1 count. Ricochet forced himself up to his feet fairly quickly there. Not where Ricochet wants to be at all though. Snake Eyes. You know, I gotta say it. The work from, and again he misses it with that attempted basement dropkick. The work from Sheamus in this match so far has been extraordinary. He's been a very much a focal point of this triple threat match with the amount of work he's been doing to both men. The fact that he feels like he's always there in some sense. What a power bomber. Ricochet getting right back up to his feet there. Punch in the gut though. We're seeing now how this one will... Well, Sheamus just taking a backseat here as Cody and Ricochet square up with one another. Might not be their strongest idea. Cody finally going to go out of the ring there. He's taking a lot of offense in this matchup. Sheamus with a one-armed spine buster to Ricochet. Truly using his weight advantage there with that spine buster. Just threw him around like he was nothing. Ricochet with a strong counter there. Not too sure what Sheamus was looking for. There's a cut to drive him into the mat. Ricochet sees something. Sheamus in trouble. 630 splash from Ricochet. He goes for the cover for the victory. Cody watches on. Sheamus kicks out at 2. I'm not too sure what was going through the mind of Cody Rhodes there. Almost cost himself the match. Sheamus, though, despite being quite focal to this matchup, was able to kick out in time there. Cody now, hefty elbow to Ricochet and kick in the gut here. Cody Rhodes going to look for it all. Going to risk it all as well. Take a look at this from Rhodes now. We saw this last week. Dins fire to Ricochet. Cover on him after it. Sheamus ain't moving, but Ricochet still able to kick out fairly early on. Oh God, good counter there by Cody. That is what you get for being too confident. Sheamus in trouble now, forearm in the back. Crossroads from Cody, the cover, and a rope break. I'm not too sure how much I agree with that one. Then again, the referee's got better eyes on it than we do. But I'm not too sure how I feel about that rope break there. No, I'm not too sure how I feel about a rope break in a triple threat match at all. But rules are rules, I guess. Cody could have put the match away right there. Ricochet was not moving. Sheamus is still taking offense. A little bit questionable on that one. Sheamus with the counter there. Gonna fly. Oh, what a counter from Cody Rhodes there. Catching the big man out of midair. That was incredible. Wait, both men are down now. Both men are aligned. Ricochet's the only one in the only one standing. 630 to Cody. I would have gone for Sheamus if I was Ricochet, but the 630 to Cody isn't enough. And that is why I would have gone for Sheamus. Oh, nice plan there by Ricochet. He's definitely gone for Sheamus now. Covers him with a roll-up. Oh, I thought he had him there. Sheamus barely getting that shoulder up in time. And now he's just getting honed into by a hefty amount of strikes there. Sheamus deciding he wants to roll all the way out of the ring. And that leaves it to Ricochet and Cody again within this one. Oh, this one could be risky. Up on that top rope. What does Ricochet have in store for us here? Oh boy. It is going to be a big one no matter what it is. Superplex. Falcon Arrow superplex from Ricochet. What a strike. There's the count. Cody just barely kicking out in time. Sheamus definitely wouldn't have made the save for that one. What a triple threat match we've been witnessing. To kick things off here, Cody decided to roll out of the ring there. Cody taking a breather on the outside, following everything. Ricochet still got it in him. 630 to Sheamus. He covers the Celtic Warrior with 1, 2, and 3. Ricochet wins it right in front of Cody Rhodes, no less. Oh, that has got to be heartbreaking. If Cody didn't go outside of the ring, he could have broke up that kick out, and this match could have still been going on. If Cody allegedly, if Sheamus's foot wasn't under that bottom rope, Cody would have won. That has to be a just heartbreaking dismay for Cody Rhodes. But Ricochet is the one who reaps the rewards of victory here tonight to kick things off on SmackDown Live. A very high-octane, intense fashion to kick things off on SmackDown Live. No doubt about it. That was fun. Victory there for Ricochet. I wonder what that'll mean going forward. We'll see where it goes. We will see where it leads in the future. But not bad. Not bad indeed. Anyway, let's continue on here with the card. Into the women's division now. It's going to be Paige and Ember Moon squaring off one-on-one against each other. We saw last week, of course, the re-emergence, I guess the best way would be to say it, of Nia Jax within the women's division, making her way out and stating that it is her time. She's not going to stand back and watch on. She's not going to let anyone tell her what to do. She's not going to let anyone tell her where she has to sit on the card. She will go where she wants to go, and no one is going to tell her otherwise. It's a good warning from Nia Jax, make no mistake about it, but the fact of the matter is that Nia said that it won't end until she is SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And I wonder if that'll be the case. I wonder if she will be. But the fact of the matter is that the SmackDown Live Women's division is packed with talent. Sure, Sasha Banks may not be here right now due to what Ember Moon, sorry, not Ember Moon, Nia Jax to a few weeks ago, but you've still got Paige, Ember Moon, Nikki Cross, Bayley, Becky Lynch, 5 right there. 5 fine talents in this roster. Ember Moon will look to continue on her form since arriving on SmackDown Live with a victory here tonight over Paige. She may have tapped out at Judgment Day the last time the SmackDown Live Women's Championship was on the line, but in her one singles match on SmackDown Live, sorry, she's had 2, I believe. She is 1-1, having lost to her old rival Nikki Cross. But her victory comes over the SmackDown Live Women's Champion Becky Lynch, so that's a pretty good victory to have. And she could have another victory here over the former Raw Women's Champion Paige. It was about a year ago, around about a year ago today, essentially, that the Bullet Club took over. Might have been earlier, but it was around this time where the Bullet Club took over Monday Night Raw. Paige became the Raw Women's Champion. Of course, if you remember back to then, the Bullet Club retaining the tag team titles on that night. Adam Cole becoming United States Champion. Adam Cole retaining the US Championship. Dolph Ziggler becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. What a night that was 1 year ago. But what a difference a year can make, as we can see. Paige stands alone and on SmackDown Live as well. Wonder how the crowd will sift in this one. You know, they like both women. They respect them both. But I wonder who they'll cheer on in this one. And I wonder what 2 specific women are thinking or doing when they watch this matchup. I'm referring to SmackDown Live Women's Champion, of course, Becky Lynch, and Nia Jax. I wonder what Jax has been thinking since what she did last week. If you didn't see, that local talent was tormented in exactly the same fashion, essentially, how Sasha Banks was the week prior, and I wonder if it's still running through Jax's mind, and I wonder if Jax wants to send another message using a woman on the SmackDown Live women's roster. I do wonder, but we can only estimate. Anyway, right now we are at least getting this match between these 2 women. Ember Moon fired up there with a fairly strong going there. Gotta give her credit. She's taking the early lead in this one. Nice Hurricanrana there to Paige. Didn't go for the cover after it, I guess. Maybe too early in the matchup to think about something like that. Not too sure. On that second rope, though, goes Ember Moon. Comes flying in with that splash. Ember Moon now not only demonstrating her athleticism, but her absolute strength there to send Paige up and over. Quick counter from Ember there. Jesus, Paige really is... I'm actually quite surprised that Paige is being, I guess, handled in the way that she is. Ember Moon is all in control here. And here goes Ember now with the front flip clothesline. That puts Paige down and puts Ember Moon in a strong shout to be the winner here. Ember's in position. Will she get it? Ember Moon with the Eclipse. And the cover on Paige. 1, 2. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Paige kicking out of 2 there, but wow. Was that a close one or what? Paige almost defeated there. Within about 2 minutes or so. That would have been a tough pill for the former Raw Women's Champion to swallow. Ember Moon, though, staying in control here in this one. Paige has got to do something, and do something fast. She's got to desperately think of something, or she could be done for. Crucifix there. Cover after it by Ember Moon. Hoping it's enough. Kept the shoulders pinned down, but not for a 3 count. Ember now reeling slightly. A little bit fatigued in this one, I imagine. She has been full steam ahead since the very start, but I wonder, when does Paige actually get some offense in this one? Or does this just go to show how the tides could be turning within the SmackDown Live Women's Division. You know, as big as a name as Paige is within this universe in the Women's Division, does it show that the new guard is coming in? The likes of your Ember Moons are the ones that we should be looking at from now on. Paige trying to say that that's not the case. Paige with a counter. Paige! Paige Turner! A big-time turnaround in this matchup, but I'm not sure if Paige should be looking to go for the victory. She's looking to put Ember Moon up on the top rope, but this could be a bad idea from Paige. I don't think this will finish the matchup. Avalanche, Rampage, DDT though. It could be devastating enough to do it. There's 2. Kick out from Ember Moon. And that was the case purely because Paige hadn't done enough. She just had not. It was all well and good going for that move. It was all well and good hitting that move. But all she had basically done before it was a Paige Turner. She had been on defense for basically since the start of the matchup. I don't know why she thought that would be enough to close out for victory. And Ember Moon making it pay now. Ember Moon in with the clothesline again. But Paige is fighting back here. Crucifix by Paige now. Wow, this is, what a competitive matchup this one is turning out to be. Now, Paige finally getting some more offense going on here. Calls her up. Hurricanrana by Paige. Now it's evenly split. Paige again. Paige Turner! I don't know where she finds it from, but she always gets those big moves out when it matters most. Very surprising to see indeed there. Paige now. Fisherman suplex there. Bridges after it. This could be enough. No. Kick out at 2. She's sending Ember Moon to the corner though. If she hits this 100% could be enough to end it. Ember though making sure that's not going to happen. Backstabber from Ember Moon right now. She turns the pace around back into her court. Cover here. There's 1, 2, and another kick out. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ember Moon ain't interested in waiting any longer. Ember Moon gonna look for the victory here. Paige is lost with nowhere to go. Ember Moon, the Eclipse. Cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. A second kick out of the Eclipse, and Ember Moon can't believe it here. How did that happen? And Ember Moon's starting to get frustrated now. We can see it in the move she's hitting. We can see it in her offense. She thought it was over. And it's not. It's still very, very much alive in this one. Ember Moon now lifts Paige up. Going to send her into the turnbuckle. Is she going to look for it again? She somehow still has the ability to hit a third one of these. Ember Moon thinks it's over, and so do I. 1, 2. Ember Moon with another huge victory on SmackDown Live over the former Raw Women's Champion. What a win that is for Ember Moon, and what a test it was for her as well. Ember Moon, your winner at the end of it all. No, 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 no! No! It's Nia Jax! I said, would she make a statement here tonight? And the answer more than certainly is yes. Nia Jax now! Oh, I can't believe this is happening. Paige is out on the outside. And Nia Jax has been left alone in the ring with Ember Moon. Ember in trouble here. Nowhere to go but down. First it was Sasha Banks, then that local competitor, and now Ember Moon. Nia Jax choking up the victims on her list. Nia Jax, here we go. Samoan drop. She said she wasn't going to be put in her place. She said she was going to fight her way. She said the SmackDown Women's Championship was hers. She is doing everything to assert that to be the truth. And she's taking out anyone who could stop her. I mean, that was quite difficult to I mean, it was quite difficult to watch. It always is kind of difficult when something like that happens, but Nia Jax certainly staying true to her word. That is for certain. Anyway, we're moving on to our next contest here. Coming up next, we have Jinder Mahal going one-on-one against the new Intercontinental Champion AJ Styles here tonight. Mahal, who the last time we saw him in action was getting pinned by a roll-up here on Smackdown Live. I don't actually think Jinder Mahal's had a victory since he's arrived on Smackdown Live. Though whereas a guy like Cody is a bit unfortunate that that's the case for him, a guy like Jinder, do we really care that he hasn't won yet? Because I most certainly do not. Mahal anyway heads towards the ring, Paul Heyman in tow. Of course, the Dangerous Alliance were hoping for Money in the Bank to be coming home with them after the event itself, but it did not. Instead, it went to a former member of the Dangerous Alliance in Roman Reigns, of course. But here tonight, Jinder Mahal still granted the first opportunity at AJ Styles. Could be a great opportunity for the Monday Maharaja, the former world champion, a former Mr. Money in the Bank himself, of course. But I'll tell you one guy who had a great Money in the Bank tonight, and that was this man, winning the Intercontinental Championship in an absolute storm of an opener on that event. Put on a matchup for the fans that they most certainly will remember. And now AJ Styles sets about his reign as Intercontinental Champion. How will this one go for the Phenomenal One? Well, time will only tell in that regard. I'm hoping for a good reign for him, though. He has deserved it. And AJ Styles is certainly turning into a staple piece of SmackDown Live already. 2 months on the brand, and the Intercontinental Championship is already around his waist. There could be good things on its way for the Phenomenal One in the future. Make no mistake about it, I had my differences with him on ECW, but that was over something pretty simple. He was an opponent of Seth Rollins, and when you're an opponent of Seth Rollins, you're an opponent of ECW. Now AJ Styles, of course, with him being on SmackDown Live, I have no problem with him. I know how talented AJ Styles truly is. I know what he possesses. I know how good he is within that ring. So I have no problem with with saying that AJ Styles is deserving of that Intercontinental Championship, because he absolutely is. But let's not forget, of course, his opponent on that evening, Finn Balor, as well, put up an absolutely great performance. They both risked it all to be the Intercontinental Champion, but only one of them could be the champion, which was, of course, what we saw by the end of it. And a new champion was crowned, one of two on that night. AJ Styles will not be wanting to repeat what the other new champion did last night on Raw. If you saw Raw, of course, you would know that the new United States champion, Lars Sullivan, was defeated. AJ Styles will hope not to be defeated here by Jinder Mahal, and I hope he doesn't get defeated by Jinder Mahal in the same breath. So let's see how this one will go. Going through the Colin Elbow tie-up right now. Jinder Mahal trying to use his strength advantage over AJ Styles to keep him down. Both these guys, though, they're not that far away from being the same weight as each other. I think Styles is like teetering around 220. Jinder may only be about 230, 240. If it's 20 pounds, then it definitely is a difference to take into account. Jinder Mahal rolling outside of the ring there early on. AJ Styles up on the top rope. Styles gonna fly and takes out Jinder. It's a good job there of not catching Paul Heyman. Otherwise, that would have been a disqualification victory for Mahal and Heyman. Styles on the apron now early on, looking to fly in here. Just launched his way at him there with that senton. Cannonball, whatever you could call it there. The one count that was followed. Chinlock applied now by AJ Styles, looking to just try and wear down Jinder Mahal in the early goings of this matchup here. Jinder, of course, knows he has the power advantage, and he's going to have to use that to, well, his advantage. No pun, well, not, there's no really other way of saying it. He's got to find a way to get past AJ Styles' speed to be victorious here tonight. Irish whip off the ropes, back elbow there. Styles getting drilled in the face with that one. It's difficult to tell, of course, with the long run up to the next SmackDown Live pay-per-view. It's difficult to tell who is going to be the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. That could be wrapped up here if Jinder Mahal is victorious over AJ Styles. But you look at the roster and you think about the guys that could be #1 contender. You look towards maybe your if we're looking at the Dangerous Alliance, you look at your Bobby Fish, Chris Sabin. From, you know, if you look at the Money in the Bank guys, and Sabin's performances have been great as of late. Ricochet for his victory earlier in the night. Trying to think of a few others. I mean, John Cena, Jeff Hardy, guys who've been picking up wins as of late as well. What a 450 there by Styles. Goes for the cover as well, looking to be victorious. And you know, that's not where the list ends either. They could also decide that maybe Dolph Ziggler, of course, the man who is was victorious in a no-holds-barred match a few weeks ago and says he only wants to be around when there's something viable for him. Well, the Intercontinental Championship could be viable for him, but it could be Jinder Mahal, who's going to be the #1 contender for it. Mahal sets himself up. No! The Colossus! Oh, but miscommunication between the Dangerous Alliance there. Heyman distracted the referee. I think so. Mahal was supposed to use the chair, but Mahal just went in for the cover after that Colossus. Crucial error made, and AJ Styles is still in this one as a result of it. I bet there is deep frustration right now within the Dangerous Alliance with that happening, especially within Jinder Mahal. That mistake, I would say, is on Paul Heyman there for that happening, and AJ Styles is able to fight back. The Phenomenal One still very much alive in this matchup. Irish whip off the ropes goes Jinder. Oh, look at the strength of Styles to hit that back body drop with relative ease. Now Styles up high, right in front of Paul Heyman. Not going to get involved because he'll get disqualified. Clothesline, no, Jinder caught him, and whoa! Do you see how much airtime AJ Styles got off that capture suplex there? For as disgraceful as Jinder Mahal as a person is, the strength of Jinder just shone through. And Mahal certainly feeling confident right now, but he needs to stay on the money here, otherwise there are going to be problems. And dumped him down there on that top rope, did Jinder Mahal. Styles better. He's got to find out something. He's got to do something quick because Mahal is getting in more offense and he's wearing down Styles more and more. So even though Styles could get in offense, he might not be able to hit it as hard as he likes because he won't be at 100%. Styles outdone the apron now. What is the Phenomenal One planning here? What does he have in mind? Phenomenal forearm! That's what he has in mind, and look who's getting involved. Paul Heyman, the snake that he is, getting involved, and Jinder Mahal is getting up to his feet here. And Mahal takes advantage again. Jinder hoping that's enough here, but Styles still kicking out very early on. I honestly think if Mahal had rolled up Styles there, we could have been looking at a different story. Snapmare there by Jinder. Is he going to go for that? He is. He's going to trap that arm in again while wrapping his leg around the body of AJ Styles somewhat, but Styles not interested and gets his way out of this one as quickly as you like. Up and over you go. Thank you very much. What else has Styles got in store here? Oh, up and over the top rope. This could be dangerous here. Unless he can counter something quickly. Jinder just looking at him right now. But still able to, still able to get that suplex back into the ring there. That definitely didn't go the way that AJ Styles had in mind. Cover now. There's two and a kick out. Good counter there by Styles. He needs to stay on the offense though. The Intercontinental Champion can't get complacent here. Don't know what he was looking for there, and I don't know what Jinder's thinking either. A little bit of miscommunication between the two, and I don't know why Jinder went off to go taunt. That was a huge mistake. AJ Styles is still in the ring. Nice face buster though by Styles, we'll say that. And Styles now turning Jinder around. He has something in mind. Here we go. Calf crusher applied. Locked in. Jinder's foot, though, was underneath that bottom rope. And Paul Heyman got involved as well, so not much could be done there. Definitely, though, I'll agree with that rope break. Could see that Jinder's foot was underneath that bottom rope. AJ Styles, though, not going to matter to him. Styles clash. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles kicks off his reign as Intercontinental Champion in winning fashion. Just the way he would want to. Victory for AJ Styles here tonight. Couldn't ask for anything better. Dismay for the Dangerous Alliance continues on following Money in the Bank. Not only do they not have the briefcase, but they don't have a win over the Intercontinental Champion either. AJ Styles taking care of that business. No problem at all. So what does this mean for AJ Styles going forward? Well, it means that now he'll have to worry about Jinder Mahal getting a shot at his title unless Mahal can truly change things around in the next few weeks or so. What it does mean, though, is we could be in for a very interesting number one contenders bout. The SmackDown Live roster has tons of people, really, who could go after that belt. And we could find one of them in this matchup here tonight. It is time for a big hoss showdown between Hanson and Kane. This one's going to be good. Strap yourselves in. Here we go. Hanson has chosen to come out alone in this one as well. Hanson decided that he believed that the D.C.C, if they were a factor, Raymond Rowe would be there when he needed him, but he feels as if he doesn't need to be concerned about the D.C.C. Despite what they're well known for, despite the methods they're well known for, Hanson doesn't believe that he needs to be worried about them. And just hopes that things can go well and he can guarantee himself a victory here tonight, and he can get himself somewhere towards a shot at a title maybe going forward. And certainly Hanson is a guy who could well be deserving of an opportunity like that. He is a very, very strong guy. A guy who has excelled in singles matches in the past as well. He is, I don't mean to be offensive towards Raymond Rowe in any way, but he is certainly a guy who is deserving of that singles run. You know, he's certainly a guy who has that chance of being a single star in the future. He seems like a breakout star in his own way, just so long as, he can get some further confidence under his belt, get some more victories going for him, and really just sort himself out there in that regard. Everything will be good for Hanson. However, he may well be happy in the tag team with Raymond Rowe, and if that's the case, then I'm not going to be trying to push him away from that. Not like I can do anything anyway. I'm just a commentator on this roster. Hanson, though, preparing for this big match, this big showdown with Kane. I hope the ring is really set up for this one, because it is going to be devastating between these two anyway. Keep on forgetting that happens. Here come the D.C.C towards the ring. Sabin, the leader, on the left. Christopher Daniels on the right. And the man in action here tonight, Kane, in the middle. It's the first time, I think, since the D.C.C have come out as a full trio that Kane has been in action. I know Daniels has. Of course, Sabin has on many occasions, but I don't think Kane has been in action with these three coming out. I think he's only had one match since joining the D.C.Cs, and that was getting rid of former D.C.C member Bram. So there you go. There's that for you. Anyway, the D.C.C probably still in good strides despite what happened at Money in the Bank, because I'll give him credit where it's due. Chris Sabin put in one hell of a showing at Money in the Bank. He put a lot on the line. He risked himself big time in order to be the winner in that one. Of course, he hit that leaping cutter off the top of the ladder onto Roman Reigns, which was, wow, something to behold. But Sabin at the end of it just did not have what it took to stay on that level and to walk out of that arena with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I think if he had, it would be a very different story regarding Mr. Money in the Bank. I think it would be very different for the D.C.C as well here tonight. So, hey, things happen though. I mean, only one of them was going to win it no matter what. We can be as hypothetical as we want about, oh, did he really, what had happened if Sabin win it? But the simple fact of the matter is he didn't. Roman Reigns did. And that's where the concern for Mr. Money in the Bank shall rest. It's with Roman Reigns and no one else. Here we go between these two brutes now. Kane about 320 pounds. Hanson, I think about the same in all fairness. Definitely, without a doubt, we are dealing with two 300-plus pounders here in the ring. As you can see, though, Kane, the taller one at 7 foot. Hanson giving up a good chunk there, maybe about half a foot to Kane. Maybe even more. Let's see how this one will go here. Hanson early on looking to go after the arm of Kane here. Maybe trying to think about taking away that choke slam, which would certainly be a smart idea from Hanson, no doubt about it. But Kane, of course. Kane, I don't think Kane has a game plan. He's just sent by the D.C.C. He's like, brute, go do big moves. I don't know why I don't know why I'm acting like, you know, Chris Sabin is mentally inefficient and he can't produce a sentence. That wasn't meant to be the case. But what I'm trying to get across is the fact that you don't need to give Kane a game plan. You just send him out there and make him go hurt someone and he will. Oh, what a bounce off that turnbuckle there. You could hear the ring almost rocking. Crucifix powerbomb attempt there by Hanson, and that's what it will remain, an attempt. Couldn't get it. Kane wiggled his way out of it, but Hanson right in front of the D.C.C. sending Kane time and time again into the turnbuckle. He's on his own. He's doing a damn good job of it as well. Hanson feeling good in the early goings of this matchup. Sabin and Daniels just watching on the outside. Here goes Kane now. What a slam there. Followed through is it as well. So his body weight came down on Hanson on the way down. It's a very powerful move. Kane is just tormenting Hanson in a way right now. Bringing him up to his feet, but not giving him a second to try and start swinging. Just driving him back down to the mat, but as did Hanson there. Just drove them back down to the mat and hit that jawbreaker there. Irish whip now. Into the corner we go. Oh, what a hefty knee in the face. Hanson thinking something big. Whatever this man hits, to be fair, it's going to be big. It's going to be Hoss. It's going to be a moonsault. And Hanson could be on his way to defeating Kane right about now. He's got him in position. Hanson gets the big man up with ease. And he's going to bring him down for the sit-out power bomb. Covers Kane. Will this be it? There's two and a kick out. You saw there that the D.C.C. just watched on. It's like if they were going to fall, but if one of their members was going to fall, Sabin was not going to get involved. It may have also been the case that they have faith in the big man to kick out. And kick out he most certainly did there. Reverse DDT there by Kane now. And oh, here we go. Kane up on that top rope. Hanson had his go with flying. Kane's got to have his go as well. Here goes Kane now from up high. Leaping clothesline. And Hanson's hope of victories may well just fall apart. Kane in position. Chokeslam from hell. 1, 2, and Hanson kicks out as well. Wow, these big men are trading maneuvers with each other right now. Both hit their biggest move and neither's been able to put the other away. Kane's starting to get a bit irritated with that one, just choking Hanson now while he's on his back. Up and nasty landing into the turnbuckle and thrown away there, much to the enjoyment of Chris Sabin, as you could see on the outside there. In the turnbuckle we go now. Kane is in total control of this one, and he's doing it by himself. Let's just put that to be the case. He is in control of this matchup by himself. No D.C.C. involvement just yet. What a drop kick from Hanson. And Hanson now lining himself up. Elbow drop to the big red machine. Hanson into the cover, looking to put this one away. Will he be able to? No, it's a kick out of 2 again. Hanson really turning things around in this one. I am liking what I'm seeing from Hanson so far. He's definitely taking this with a very serious mindset. He's definitely realizing that he has the ability within him to overcome this one. Chinlock applied on Kane, but the big red machine just too much to handle. But who can get the upper hand over the other back in the turnbuckle? If Hanson was looking for that moonsault, he just got denied it. Kane, oh, with one arm. With one arm, he hit that spine buster. This guy weighs about the same as him, and Kane just did it with ease. Sidewalk slam from the big red machine, and this one is on its way towards closure, I believe. Kane lifts up Hanson here. Oh my God. Jesus. Gorilla press slam, and here we go. Oh, it's wrapped around the throat. Hanson's got nowhere to go. Choke slam from hell. This will do it. 1, 2, 3. Kane wins. Nothing sketchy you can say about that one. Kane got the win over Hanson. It's that simple. There was just nothing Hanson could do in that one. It seemed. He fought. He was very, very strong in his fighting. He didn't give in, and he didn't want to give in. But in the end, he had no choice. Kane was just too much. No involvement from Sabin or Daniels. They didn't distract the ref once. They didn't distract Hanson once. They just watched on. But Kane is your winner here tonight. What does that mean for the D.C.C going forward? I don't know. But I certainly think that Sabin will be happy that his big man was victorious here tonight. Well, now we move on anyway to our main event of the evening. It is the Viper Randy Orton taking on the WWE Champion Kazuchika Okada. This one is for sure gonna be a great one. I am more than ready to watch these finely tuned athletes locking horns one-on-one against each other. Orton has kind of been went a little bit silent again after losing his opportunity to qualify for Money in the Bank, but he's back here tonight, and the Viper is back looking to get a huge win here on SmackDown Live. Randy Orton has turned his career back around since joining this roster in the draft, and he's had some big wins since joining. I think back to his victories over Ricochet. I believe he got one over Ibushi as well. Some big wins for Randy Orton nevertheless, and he is looking to continue it going here with the biggest win you could hope for on this roster over none other than Kazuchika Okada. There's no victory bigger than beating the WWE Champion on this roster. No doubt about it. That can be said for any roster. There's no bigger victory than beating the main champion. Can Randy Orton get that all-inclusive victory here tonight against an Okada, might I add, that in my eyes does not look at 100% at all. I saw Okada after Money in the Bank. He was hurt. He was in pain. There's no doubt about it. For as fantastic as that match was with Shibata, Okada was hurting. He was limping. And I wonder, it's been 48 hours since Money in the Bank. I don't think Okada's alright. I think he's still going to be hurt. That is for certain in my eyes. But one thing is for certain as well when I look. He is still the WWE Champion. What a performance from Okada. You look at those champion-making performances. That was one against Shibata. He took everything from Shibata. He took the kicks, he took the strikes, he took the forearms, he took the PKs, he took the STOs, he took everything. And in one gutsy final stand, Okada eclipsed himself, and those trio of short arm lariats into the Rainmaker sealed the deal. There was no way Shibata was getting up from that one. And I think it went to show that when push comes to shove, and when Okada has to get dangerous, Okada is not someone you want to get dangerous. It was devastating from Kazuchika Okada. And that is why he is the WWE Champion. It was a great performance by Okada in that right, and, you know, fair play to him. Fair play to him for that title defense, but we also saw at the end was something that whole feud was brought about. That idea of that neither man respecting one another, neither man having the respect for one another, just being all about that match. But when that match was settled, Shibata off at the hand, Okada accepted, and wouldn't you know it, Okada remained the champion. Congrats to him on that one. I will say that it was great by Okada, but there's no rest for the weary here tonight. Just 48 hours later, he's going one-on-one against the Viper here, and this is not really someone you want to be taking on when you're not 100%, because Orton's known for his breaking down of the limbs. He's known for his methodical, slow, almost torturous kind of offense. He breaks you down slowly, physically and mentally. That's not really someone that Okada wants to be fighting just 48 hours after arguably the toughest match since he's arrived on Smackdown Live. And I don't mean toughest in terms of maybe the pressure or anything, because that would certainly be WrestleMania. I certainly mean toughest in how hard that man can strike. I don't think I know. I can't really name anyone off the top of my head who I would definitely say can strike harder than Shibata. I don't even think the NXT champion could, and we know how hard his strikes can be. Well, Okada wants to fight here tonight, so a fight we will have. Okada and Orton firmly underway in this one right now, and look at this. What an exploder there from Orton. Champ having a little bit of difficulties in the early goings here, but Randy Orton realizes that a victory over the champion means a championship opportunity for him, so he can't let this opportunity go to waste. That's why he got out of the ring as quickly as he did there. Orton sending Okada into the barricades. Looks like he's going to do it again here. Uh-oh. Oh, gut first. I can guarantee that Okada's ribs are going to be hurting as well after the beating from Shibata he took. So Orton will be more than happy to hit a move like that. Uppercut now from the Viper. Forearm in the back as well. Here goes Randy Orton now. Oh, good duck of that clothesline. And again, Orton looking for that explosive suplex. Okada counters it. Okada now. Death Valley driver to Randy Orton. Very well done indeed from Okada so far in this matchup. But the crowd here want to see one move specifically. They want to see that RKO struck on the WWE champion. You don't need to encourage Randy Orton to hit it. He will hit it when he chooses. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okada already. Short arm lariats from a grounded position, no less. Oh my goodness! 3 of them striking right there. But great on Orton to be able to fight on there. Gotta give him credit. That was those are incredibly tough lariats being struck at you, and Okada and Orton not only was able to hang on, but he did his best there in order to turn the match around so he was in control. Randy Orton now uppercut and Okada goes down. One evenly split between both men. Crowd cheering on. They really are wanting to see an RKO. What a Death Valley driver there from Okada. Good enough to decide that he wants to go for a cover after it. And Orton will kick out of 2 there. I think Orton just using up a lot of that count there. Making the most of it. What else will Okada look for right now? Might have been thinking tombstone there for all I know, but Orton did his very best to counter it and back up to his feet here. And here goes Orton now. He's got the WWE champion in his grasps. Randy Orton with a rope hung DDT. The Viper could be feeling it. Randy Orton is getting pent up and ready to go in this one. Orton now. RKO! Will he beat the champion? 1, 2, kick out from Okada. And Orton can't believe it, but look how the Viper just stays focused here. He stays on Okada. And I don't know how, but somehow Okada is fighting on in this one. That RKO can end a matchup, but it won't end Okada. The Rainmaker, the ace of SmackDown Live, just refusing to go down. And now Okada's got it here. The Tombstone. Will that bring about the beginning of the end here tonight for Randy Orton? Is he in trouble? Oh yes. Oh yes, he is. If this is hit, I think it's over. Okada looking for it. Rainmaker. No! Orton did his best and slipped out of it. You saw Okada had the wrist lock, but he couldn't get that arm. He couldn't get that arm of Orton. Orton knew how to counter the Rainmaker. Irish whip now off the ropes. What will Orton look for here? Nothing, because Okada counters it. Okada looking for a German suplex maybe. Yes, he is. Oh, look at this. How a man does this after everything he's gone through, not only tonight, but at Money in the Bank as well. I don't know. A trio of German suplexes there from Kazuchika Okada. And speaking of Money in the Bank, we could be on for a throwback from it. Here they are, the trio of short arm lariats. Orton is not moving. Okada calling to this crowd here. Those who are chanting RKO will stay silent, and those who are cheering on the Rainmaker can watch him be victorious. Okada is going to close it out. German suplex again. Locks the arm in. Rainmaker! Look at the devastation behind that move. Okada covers Orton. 1, 2, 3. That is a job well done for Okada. He had to fight. No doubt about it. He had to fight there. It was no pushover performance for Okada, but he showed why he's the WWE Champion. Just 48 hours after one of the hardest matches of his career, Okada wins again. You can see him, he's limping there, not only from Money in the Bank, but from tonight as well. Orton almost had him beat, but Okada just goes to show, when you're the champion, you deserve to be it. You're on top of your game. No one can stop you. And that was the case here tonight. It really does beg the question, who can stop the Rainmaker? I don't really have the answer. I thought Shibata was going to come Shibata came very, very close. But certainly, even he wasn't enough to finish the Rainmaker. So we'll see about that. That, though, will wrap things up for SmackDown Live here tonight. What a night we've had of action. What a crowd we've had in store as well. As Okada gets out of the ring, Randy Orton still standing and taking his applause. Whoa, 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 what? Kevin Owens theme. Why is... Whoa, from behind to the crowd. Owens clattering Orton with a lariat. What was that all about? Kevin Owens. Why?